Hey, Matt Brown here, and this is my Learning Norms assignment for Module 10. The YouTube video talked about 10 imperatives to include for student learning, and those are relationships, relevance, time, timing, play, practice, choice, authenticity, challenge, and application. So the first one, relationships, how I incorporate this into my classroom and how I want to continue to do a better job of doing. Right here, just build relationships by getting to know the kids. And what they're interested in, and just showing a general interest in their lives, make them feel like you actually care about them. As a coach, I attend a lot of sporting events, so I'm around them a lot, but the sports I don't coach, let's say basketball, for example, if I'm not able to attend the game the very next day, I talk to them about it. First thing in class, we use the first couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes of class, since it's a longer period, to talk about the game, how it went, how they felt. And then just build positive interactions, like on assignments and tests, like on essay type questions. If they just knock it right out of the park, let them know. Don't just leave it blank, leave it unchecked. Leave a note next to it. It's like, great job, this is awesome, things like that. And something I do every single day. I love to tell jokes, so that's what I do. So continue to tell jokes and just have open discussions every once in a while. Okay? And in terms of relevance, being a science teacher, it's important that I do this, but I like to incorporate real life problems with science and give them reasons as to why this content is relevant to them and their future. They may not realize it, but they may need to know Newton's laws for something. And take what they've learned in the chapter, and we do some sort of PBL, project-based learning, and just give them a chance to be in the engineer's shoes and using the content that they got from the chapter to apply it to the issue. Time, give the students opportunities to learn at their own pace. Provide extra time before or after school for those that do require more time. In the flipped classroom scenario, we do the fun stuff at school, and they do the note taking and the reading at home. Gives them an opportunity. If they need an entire hour to do that, they can get it instead of maybe the 20 condensed minutes that they had in class. That gives them a little bit more time. Another thing I like to do, and I want to continue to do a better job of being consistent at, is keeping the class period broken down to 10 to 15 minute intervals. So they're doing 3 to 4 different things ish on a daily basis, just to keep things moving, so you're not taking notes for 50 minutes. I can't stand that, so why would I expect students to be able to do that? And also give them extra time to complete the longer assignments. And timing, I like to change up my learning styles. Give them an opportunity to take notes for audio and visual resources for the chapter, hands-on science project lessons. Allow them to work in groups to problem solve. Rather than just me at the front of the classroom telling them, you need to do this, try this. That gives them opportunity to, go through the trial and error process, the scientific method by themselves or with a group, and just incorporate different types of assignments, formal and informal. For play, I like to incorporate task cards for each unit. They have to go around the room and find the answer on each task card, and then they have to check with me before they can move on to the next one, just so they don't get to number 20 and find out they messed up on number 1 and they have to restart from the very beginning. Give them review opportunities if we finish class early. I like to include informal review games in each chapter. Kahoot is a great way for me to do that. It's a way for them to have fun and play a game while we're reviewing the chapter. We like to take short brain breaks during class if things are getting kind of intense. Dissecting days and STEM projects, like to include those just to give them a chance to have a little bit more fun. Practice, I like to provide hands-on projects for students to demonstrate their learning, providing informal assessments for me to see their individual progress. Again, with the review task cards, group review and assignments, and we use Mosamac every once in a while. Throughout the year for some units, and each one their exit ticket questions. When we do use Mosamac for our assignments, I make sure they do the exit ticket questions for one last kind of spiral review before we move on. For choice, I like to ask students which section of science is their favorite. Now, this is super broad because there's life, earth and space, and then there's physical. Well, those are extremely broad topics still. So if they happen to like space, we dig a little bit deeper. Okay, what about space do you like? And just give them an opportunity to find out what it is they're actually interested in, and make sure I try and cover that year. I can't always do it, at least maybe not in that year, but the year after I could probably get to it. But give them a choice on how they want to learn. Sometimes we do like a class vote on, would you rather do centers, like I talked about earlier, the 10 to 15 minute increments. You can do just 3 different things with your groups throughout the class period. Class lectures, sometimes they still like to have somebody tell them what to do. And the flipped classroom, where they teach the class, and I'm just kind of a facilitator. Give them a choice on when assessments will be given. If there's a ball game on a Thursday, I'm like, all right, would you guys rather get this done on Wednesday, or would you rather just go ahead and take it on Friday? It's completely up to you. Authenticity, provide explanations for how this can be applied in their lives. So I like to ask them, okay, well, how can you use this in the future? How could this be beneficial to you? And show group projects to the community. Make them feel significant. If we make poster board, like collages and things like that, we make sure they're in the hallway, they're for everybody to see. And on top of that, just invite the community into science fairs. Particularly that, they're more than welcome to come in for regular experiments that I put the word out for, but normally they just come in for science fairs. In terms of challenging, I like to give challenge assignments to incorporate higher level thinking, STEM projects that use real world problems, just to put them in the shoes of an engineer. And that makes them have to research solutions to problems, to research answers or questions they don't have the answers to, which is a huge part of the scientific method. So those are something that really can benefit them. Application, engineering projects, again, the STEM projects, the project-based learning, utilizing the scientific method, the science fair, putting it all together that we learn throughout the year, and they find out what they enjoyed the most, what was the most intriguing to them, and they put it all together and make a science experiment for the community, and then give a real world problem and have them research solutions to that problem.